Class of 2023, you are the most resilient, hardworking, and genuine group of kids that I have ever met. You brought your best every day, and now you are rewarded.
When I think about your class and its legacy here at North Penn High School, two words come to my mind: grit and love. You have not just faced adversity, you have fought. You have overcome it, and you have soared above it to amazing heights. Your futures are so bright, I know and believe that no obstacle is too big for you to overcome.
The choices that matter are the ones that require a commitment, the ones that dare to take you out of your comfort zone, and the ones that will have an impact on the way people remember you. It is up to us to take risks, say yes to every opportunity, and try something new, no matter how scary or unfamiliar it may seem.
By the power vested in me, by the Department of Education and the North Penn School Board Board of Directors, I now pronounce the class of 2023 graduates of North Penn High School.
Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 2023-2024 school year here in the North Penn School District. At this time, it's time to meet all the brand new members of our North Penn family. So please put your hands together and get ready to cheer our first year employees starting in their first full-time year here at North Penn High School. Starting off with the home of the Mustangs, Bridle Path Elementary School. Under the direction of Mrs. Heather Mann, welcome new employee, Abigail Reister. Next up, it's Gwen Noor Elementary School. Under the direction of birthday boy, Mr. Matt Edwards. And now please welcome Gwinnett Square Elementary School under the leadership of Mr. Jason Bashaw with Brian Carabin, Hillary McCartney, Michael McCullen, and Caitlin Oberholzer. And next up, it is Hatfield Elementary School under the leadership of Mrs. Rita Whalen with Joseph Bellsberg, Morgan Giroux, Catherine Monk, Trish Mayer, and Ann Hoover. And now please welcome Inglewood Elementary School under the leadership of brand new principal, Mrs. Stephanie Hannon, with Sarah Obrecht and Tyler Snively. And now please welcome Knapp Elementary School under the leadership of principal, Mrs. Jen Szynski, Nicholas Mancaruso, Olivia Wassmer, Kara Livingood, Shannon O'Brien, and Christine Barham. Now please welcome A. School under the leadership of Principal Dr. Sarah Radigan. Welcome Harrison DeMarco, Allison Ditch, Kristen Svitak, Tara O'Connor, Caroline Harrell, and Gretchen Colombo. And now please welcome Montgomery Elementary School under the leadership of Dr. Marie Kim. Please welcome Madison Dorfman and Dara Schomer. And now let's hear it for the Eagles of General Nash Elementary School under the leadership of Dr. Bill Bowen. Welcome Morgan Stuckert and Aaron Connell. And now let's welcome North Wales Elementary School under the leadership of Principal Ms. Dana Kenny. Please welcome Nene Kim and Priyanka Patel. Next up, it is the Oak Park Elementary School, kicking old school in their Kelly Green under the leadership of Mr. John Winkle. Welcome Laylee Maldonado and Julie Snyder. And now let's welcome Walton Farm Elementary School under the leadership of brand new principal, Mr. Dan Minna. And please welcome Lorena the Darlis, Morgan Bedeau, and Laura Christian. And rounding out our elementary school family, let's welcome the York Avenue Yellow Jackets under the leadership of Mrs. Deepa Richardson. Welcome Kyle Meekum, Julia Kepper. And now let's turn it up to the middle schools and Pembroke Middle School under the leadership of brand new old principal, Mr. Jim Galante, with assistant principal Dan Grunmeyer, Elizabeth McKernan, and Melissa Storm. And now please welcome from the heart of Lansdale Borough, Pendale Middle School, under the leadership of Mr. Stephen Muller. Welcome Lauren Resnick, Jackie Matthews, Emily Boyles, Karen Deal, Mark Ernson, Charnay Marshall, and Justin Cutner. And let's head over to Penfield Middle School under the leadership of Dr. Sean O'Sullivan with Olivia Swallow, Patrick Riley, Sabrina Natsuda, Corey Sontag, and Scott Blank. And now please welcome Northbridge and North Penn Virtual Academy under the leadership of Dr. Neil Broxterman and new Assistant Director of Special Education and Student Services and Administrator for Northbridge. He's the new one there, and some of his staff are here today celebrating Neil. And now, right here at 1340 Valley Forge Road, it's North Penn High School under the leadership of Principal Mr. Kyle Hassler, accompanied by Assistant Principal Kenny Boy. Please welcome Shyla Scott, Nicolette Laux, Alexa Goldberg, Sally Ann Emilius, Christina Garna, Jacob Rowley, and Daniel Ferrarello. And now it's the North Penn Transportation Department under the leadership of Dennis Ryan. Please welcome new employee Tim Hayes. And ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear it. A welcome to all of our new family members of the North Penn School District. Over 100 new employees hired this past summer. And ladies and gentlemen, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Deanna Waters and Superintendent Dr. Todd Bauer.
Every day?
I had nobody in the front. Give me a second.
We were backstage, and I actually said to Deanna, so did you get your people in the front row ready for some high fives? And she looked at me like, no, we came out. There's no one in the front row on her side. So that worked out well for me.
Thank you, those of you who helped me out. Thank you.
All right, let's have a seat. Good morning, everybody.
Welcome back.
Deanna, how many people do you think woke up this morning and said to themselves, yes?
If I had to guess out of all of the people sitting here, I'm going to go with maybe 2%.
2%? All right.
Those people that have like really little kids, got to get up early every day anyway, they might have said yes. They need a break.
What happened to be my wife's first day, and I said to her, I sent her a text this morning, and I said, I love you, you're amazing, worry about the kids, don't worry about the administrators.
That was good.
Yeah, good advice, right?
That was good.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're happy to have you. Deanna, it does not feel as though it has been a year since our first time sitting up in front of these people as superintendent and assistant superintendent.
It doesn't. It went by pretty fast, I would say. Pretty fast.
They say time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
Okay.
It's been a really, really busy year. You know, we have a new comprehensive plan. We opened the new Knapp Elementary School, which is just beautiful. Wait, do you know where Knapp is sitting?
Yeah, I coached them to sit there so I could hit their hands.
And now we get to reimagine what North Penn High School can look like.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting yet busy year. But before we get started, can we please give it up for the cheerleaders and the marching band who are out front? I just love that welcome and kind of starts it off with kids, and I think it's just great. And while we're at it, how about we invite some of our most talented vocalists to come on out here from North Penn High School. Come on out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and if you would, please stand as you are able as we honor America and sing the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose most stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful!
Yet another example of the outstanding music department here at North Penn.
That was amazing. Great, great job. Before you go, we would love for you to maybe take a step forward, introduce yourself, and if you could shout out your elementary and middle school, that would be great. If you hear your school, make some noise. You want to start?
As you know, I'm Jack from that. I went to the one and only York Avenue Elementary. And my middle school was Penndale.
Hi, my name is Ethan Kwan, and I went to Gwinnore Elementary School and Pembroke Middle School.
Hi, my name is Kara Heggie. I went to General Nash Elementary School and Penfield Middle School.
Hi, I'm Madeline Miller, and I went to Gwinnett Square. And I went to Penndale.
Hi, I'm Sawyer Steinbauer. I went to North Wales Elementary School and I went to Pembroke Middle School.
Hi, I'm Evan Morris. I went to Gwinnett Square Elementary School and I went to Penndale Middle School.
My name is Christina Pavlik. I went to General Nash and I went to Penfield Middle School.
Hello, I'm Nate Fitzgerald. I went to Walton Farm Elementary School and Penfield Middle School.
Hi, my name is Riddy Date. I went to Gwinnett Square Elementary.
Okay, Gwinnett Square. It's a lot of Gwinnett.
And Penndale Middle School.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all you do. Your voices sound amazing. Thank you for getting up early today to join us. We really appreciate you and look forward to hearing more music this year.
Thank you. So hopefully there will be opportunities to participate moving forward, but I got to give it up for Walton Farm and Penndale. You guys are noisy. I love it. Okay? Well done, well done. All right. It's always that one, right? All right, so Deanna, tell everybody how your summer was.
My summer was pretty good. Of course, we were working all summer, but I did get a chance to get away for a little bit, spend some time doing some things with family, some friends, and also was recently in Cancun with my 2 daughters.
Oh, there they are.
By the 4th night, we were all ready to go home. Let me just say that. 2 teenage girls and myself, it's a lot. I'm like, get out of the bathroom every day. But anyway, it was good. How about you? Did you get a chance to get away? Because I know you had a lot of travel baseball going on with Brady.
Yeah, so we got away. We worked a lot, just like you. But my family and I, we spent a lot of time in Vermont. We went to the beach in North Carolina. Lots of youth sports. My son's very into baseball, my daughter lacrosse. So we're busy. There's some concerts. That's Brady and I at the Luke Combs concert. Yeah.
I think some other people were there.
Yeah, apparently. It got like a huge storm right before it started, and Brady and I left. But anyway.
You left?
We left before the concert started.
What?
Yeah, because it was supposed to start at midnight. We were going on vacation, so.
I don't think you ever told me that.
I'll make it up to him. All right, and that's my beautiful wife, Nicole. She's just incredible, and it's her first day, too. There's the kids playing in the pool at a hotel for a travel baseball tournament, so there we go. All right, and there's my 3rd child. He's just on the step at my house. He's just really awesome. His name's Duke, and I wanted to include him. So
yes.
There's Duke.
We love Duke.
We love Duke.
Yes.
All right. As part of our summer, we also have to plan for Convocation.
Yes.
Just so happens I had a couple people this morning, 3, count them, that said, who are you going to be this year? Are you getting dressed up? Where's your costume? Right? So, do you remember that meeting we had this summer where we talked a little bit about Convocation?
Yeah, I'm trying to repress some of it, but it didn't really go as planned, but I remember.
Yeah, so certainly we focus on goals and kind of the objectives for the year, but we also try to make this fun and exciting and have a good time at Convocation. And Deanna and Christine Liberoski came to me with some ideas for Convocation. Just so happens that Bob Gilmer and a TV crew were in my office at the time. So let's roll that footage. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, Todd.
Christine, how are you?
I'm good, Todd. How are you?
I'm good. So, favorite time of the year. Everybody's coming back. Teachers, kids, etc. But we need to talk about Convocation. Right? Convocation is very important to me. Getting everybody together to celebrate, get excited, bring the energy, and just kind of kick things off right. Last year, I had a homework assignment over the summer that I had to watch an entire TV series, Ted Lasso, because I had never seen it. And that ended up working out pretty great. Really enjoyed it. So let's talk about what we can do this year.
One of the things that we were thinking is continuing on with the theme of, seeing you in different characters. So we've got a lot of ideas, so we'll run through a good amount and see what you think.
Okay.
All right, this one I know you're going to say you might not be old enough to know who this is.
Do you think the people in the district know how much older you are than I am?
I don't think we're going to talk about that today.
Okay.
So, for the first one, how about the star of the show from Happy Days?
No.
Instead of the Fonzie, Toddsy.
He's cool. Everybody wants to be his friend.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
All right, I'll go next. So everybody knows the big movie of the summer was Barbie, right? So we thought Bauer Bee. You could dress up in many different costumes. I mean, you could be whoever you want to be. Barbie can be whoever she wants to be, but so Bauer Bee.
Okay.
Is that in the yes pile or the I don't think
this
so?
is the absolutely not pile.
Did you ever hear of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures?
Oh, yeah.
What about Pete and Todd's Excellent Adventures with a little Steve in the middle?
Right.
So you can teach about history, Oregon. You can go on an adventure across the district. The only problem we saw is there's no phone booths, right? We need a phone booth.
What's a phone booth?
That's how they.
Okay. I like the Steve Scrappy edition in there is really great.
Yeah, isn't that good?
All right, this is going to go in the maybe pile.
All right, cool.
All right, I'll go next. So let's switch it to movie, but also literary character, which I think our teachers and our students would like. How about Toddy Potter?
Just the name itself. Oh, this one's good.
So that could work. All right, another movie that I also allowed. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Get it? That's a good one.
That picture's terrifying.
This is way before your time, but some of our veteran staff might remember it. Fast Times at Ridgemont, Jeff Spicoli, so you can be Todd Spicoli.
Oh, this one's hideous.
Well, but the benefits are you can dress casual and you can surf. Didn't you learn how to surf, or your family learned how to surf?
My kids did, yeah.
All I need are some tasty waves.
How about instead of Austin Powers, Austin Bauer?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, baby.
This is a terrible picture.
Todd Solo.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay.
One of the most beloved characters of Star Wars.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
That's now in the no pile.
So this is like our action heroes. So we have Todd Rambo and Todd McClane from Die Hard and Rambo.
The worst nightmare.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're strong. They save the day, and they're resourceful.
I've never been accused of being strong, but however, I kind of like me with Sylvester Stallone's arms.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Todd Selleck instead of Tom Selleck.
I know Todd
Selleck.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
And guess what? You can wear that big mustache you got.
All right, that's out. I'm not wearing a mustache again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If you don't remember, the glue fell off on stage.
The Bauer Bunch.
This one's good.
Yeah, so we could involve more cabinet members in that, and what's really cool is like you would solve everything in 30 minutes.
The Odd Couple.
The Todd Couple.
Oh, the Todd Couple!
Yes.
Me and Sean.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That looks actually pretty funny. I can appreciate that.
I like that. You know, this show 24, Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer, yes.
Todd Bauer. You like that one?
Todd Cruise and Todd Gunn Maverick.
How about instead of Breaking Bad, Breaking Bauer?
Say my name.
Favorite show of all time.
Oh, well then that's gotta be a yes.
He was a teacher too.
He was a teacher, but then he turns into a drug lord. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Toddy Dangerfield in Back to School.
Yellowstone? Todd Dutton.
You can ride horses. Todd Malone. Instead of Post Malone.
That's okay. I'm not even going to put this one on the no pile. This is never happened pile.
Todd Snow. Game of Thrones.
Wait.
No?
That's that's been done. We can't do that. The Todd father.
Ah, that's a good one.
He'll make you an employment offer you can't refuse.
Since you're good with accents, you like to dress, although he doesn't wear socks. Todd Stewart.
Instead of Rod Stewart.
Again, you
Don't even edit to me. It's horrible.
look at that outfit.
It's horrible. All right, well, is that it?
We can go back to the drawing board if you like.
You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna have to get back to you on all of these. Okay, I'm not in love with any, but I appreciate the effort that everyone has made. And please tell Virginia she did a great job with Photoshop, even though some of them are just absolutely hideous. So, obviously the cameras in my office were staged. The reactions and the reveal, they were authentic.
They were.
I had not seen them before. Virginia Higgins is sitting here in the front row. She's going to be very upset. Virginia, they're all applauding you. I think you did a terrible job.
All right, so maybe they weren't all the best, but like your name is so easy to use, so we had a little fun with it.
Not the best is the understatement of the century. They're hideous, horrible, terrifying. All right, so I do appreciate the creativity, all the thought that went into it. And there's a lot more. I'm sure they will trickle out throughout the year, but we had to kind of shorten it up. So here we are.
All right, so did you make a decision?
I did make a decision.
Who are you going to walk out as today?
So ultimately, we've been asked to wear many hats over the last couple years. And I was asked last year to wear a Todd Lasso hat. I had never seen Ted Lasso, by the way. Everybody was like, oh, that's his favorite show. I'd never seen it.
But now it's like one of your favorite shows.
It is my favorite show now. But I watched it because of the Convocation idea. And this year, I've decided to kind of throw all that away and simply be me. So we are not going to have an alter ego this year.
No?
No. And that's kind of one of the themes I really want to stress with the staff this year. It's just be yourself. Because you are good enough. We collectively are good enough. We've tried to be so many people. We've tried to fulfill so many roles and wear so many hats. This year, we really need to take some time to focus on who we are, who we want to be, because I really think that is good enough.
I love that.
Yeah. So, that all said, this summer, you're allowed to applaud.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So of course, I hope everyone takes some time in the summer to reflect and think and kind of get yourself ready, right? August 1st comes and it's like, here we go again, right? Well, I always try to sprinkle in some leadership books while I'm reading, books for fun as well. And one of the books I read this year was Atomic Habits by James Clear. I referenced this at Data Retreat with some folks. Can I get a round of applause for people who have read this book? Okay. All right, so the premise of Atomic Habits is really making small decisions or changes in your life that culminate in a large change, right? And it really emphasizes the fact that before you can decide where you want to go and what you want to achieve, you need to decide who you want to be, right? And who you are and who you want to be. Well, I think the last couple years in role as assistant superintendent and superintendent, and I know you feel the same, I'm just so impressed by what our folks do every single day.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't really want to focus on who you can be, rather who we are, what we stand for. So we spent some time this summer with a large group of folks kind of identifying what does this organization stand for? Who are we as a North Penn School District? So we spent some time outlining that, and that's going to kind of be the focus this year and the focus for the rest of this show. So we have a video kind of outlining this. Roll the tape.
Think back to elementary school. What did you want to be when you grew up? Was it a protector, a healer, a leader, a mentor, a fixer, a helper, a nurturer, or an innovator? Most likely, you probably wanted to be a bit of all of those things. It seems that people like us who work in public education have a way of weaving all of those attributes into one. And together, we make a unique tapestry of strength, knowledge, empathy, and unity. Our individual quirks, voices, passions, and dreams are the threads that create the incredible North Penn School District. Because life is not just what you are. More importantly, it's about who you are. And in a world overflowing with expectations, norms, and societal pressures, it's easy to lose sight of the most important entity in our lives, ourselves. It's time we uncover our true selves, embrace our uniqueness, and proudly define and be ourselves. You are enough. We are enough. Because when we work together, we have everything we need to elevate learning, ensure belonging, engage our community, and exceed expectations. You are North Penn. We are North Penn. Today's technology-driven society constantly demands our attention, our energy, and our dedication. Now, more than ever, finding balance between our professional commitments and personal well-being is of utmost importance. How can we do this? Take time to celebrate with your family and friends. Walk in the park. Dance with your loved ones. Read to your children. See new places and swim in the sea. Remember, as we pursue excellence as a district, success does not solely reside within test scores, our classrooms, our offices, or the boundaries of our projects. True success is also the development of relationships, the pursuit of passions, the nourishment of our bodies and minds, and the simple joys of life. Success is also measured by how we respond to challenges and setbacks. So surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, who see your potential, and who serve as a reminder that you are not alone. They are probably sitting right next to you. Our jobs are challenging. I expect us all to work hard and do what it takes to ensure that our students succeed. But ultimately, the greatest success of strength comes from within. Cultivate self-love. Be true to your values and establish a deep understanding of who you are, because you are more than enough. So please, make yourself a priority this 23-24 school year. The first step in taking care of our students is taking care of ourselves. Together, let's ensure belonging, elevate learning, engage the community, and exceed expectations. In the end, all it will take is you being you.
So I got a little choked up there. All I did was read. I want to give a shout out to first Bob Gilmer.
Yeah.
Bob, thank you. And this one's a little special shout out, and I will try not to get choked up, but that was almost entirely written by Christine Liberoski, and Christine's father passed away last evening. So Christine couldn't make it today. She sent me apologies upon apologies, and of course, certainly resonates at the whole point of that video and what she and I wrote together. It's about taking care of yourself and your family and those important things. So Christine, thank you. I know you're not here, but amazing job. Let's give it up for Christine. So, clearly in that video outlined some things, and they were not my things, they were our things, meeting after meeting after meeting this summer. Lots of laughs and trying to identify who we are, what are our pillars, what are our core values, and what do we stand for. So the first one I emphasized in that video was elevating learning, right? The word elevate kind of ties to last year and some of the themes, but of course, we're an educational institution. It's about student achievement, student learning, and there's many ways that we can kind of categorize learning. So let's talk a little bit about learning in this year. And of course, Convocation is about kind of talking about what's going to happen this year. So Deanna, why don't we talk a little bit about elevating learning?
Okay, so one of the things that I did want to kind of highlight, because there are many, but I know you don't want to be here all day. So the one thing I'm going to start with is Wit and Wisdom. We actually have a new resource for our K-6 ELA students and teachers. And there was a curriculum review process that happened last year, which really ambitious timeline, but they met it. Super thorough process. So I do want to shout out our ELA supervisor from elementary, Mrs. Nina Fenstermaker, and all of the people who helped on that curriculum review process committee. Fabulous job. But we're really excited. This Wit and Wisdom, it's going to be an integrated approach using information-rich text, and the kids will really deepen their knowledge. And so we're looking forward to see what this does for our students and our, our ELA concepts. So great job, ELA curriculum review.
Yeah, I certainly understand that. It's a heavy lift
It
anytime
is.
you make a change
They
like
did
this.
it.
So there will be bumps in the road, there will be challenges, but excited for the change. So we spoke a little bit about ELA. I'm going to talk a little bit about math and some highlights about elevating learning. Talk about elevating learning.
Yes.
Last year's test results. And I did say in the video that test results are not the end-all, be-all, but they are important. We do need to talk about them. We need to look at them, be critical, and celebrate, obviously, the celebrations. 13% increase in Algebra 1 across the district.
Yes.
Give that up. And PSSA math scores were up 7% across the district as a whole. We had one increase in 7th grade specifically, 12%. That's absolutely outstanding. 8% proficiency increase in 8th grade science. And lastly, I just want to give a shout out to our teachers in these areas. I recognize that many of you don't have to wear a math teacher hat to contribute to this. I also want to give a shout out to Donna Dome and Dr. Sean Arney for their hard work in these areas. So thank you. And our learning coaches, of course. All right, next up.
All right, so the next up, this one is kind of hot off the press. So we just were awarded in North Penn, one of 10, only 10 school districts received this. We just received a disability special education grant that we are so excited about because, again, 10 school districts in the state of Pennsylvania received this. I think we're the only ones in Montgomery County, and I think in the neighboring counties as well.
That's true.
So if you want to know more about it, you can watch ECI, which just happened last night, where our Director of Special Education, Megan McGee-Heim, did a really nice job talking about this. But in a nutshell, the intent is to have an overall impact over culture and environment in our school buildings. So what this grant focuses on is reducing the stigma of disability, making sure that it's included in our comprehensive plan, and I'm happy to say that it is, and also just teaching social justice around disabilities. So again, we're really proud and honored, and we appreciate everyone who worked so hard on that grant to make that happen for our school district. It aligns really nicely to a lot of the work that we're already doing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that grant in action. Congratulations to everybody who played a part in applying, and let's see kind of the magic happen as it always does. So,
yes.
Great, thank you. All right, so certainly when we talk about elevating learning, we spoke at the top of the hour about North Penn High School, and obviously there's going to be a renovation. We had a large meeting a couple weeks ago here in the senior cafeteria, well, the main cafeteria, I guess, with over 90 community members to kind of discuss some options and what the new North Penn High School could look like if we move 9th grade here. Let's check out a video, kind of see a recap of how that all played out.
Mr. Nicholson, nice to meet you.
Over 70 people from the community, including teachers, parents, neighbors, community and business leaders, as well as middle school and high school students, attended this workshop coordinated by the North Penn administration and the architect, the Schrader Group.
So the premise is, if we add on the square footage necessary to have 9th grade on our campus, what do we want? What does the community prioritize? Where should things be? And having conversations about the vision of what this could look like.
Before the hands-on portion of this workshop, attendees heard from Superintendent Todd Bauer, Pete Nicholson, Administrator for Secondary Education and Renovations, and our architect, David Schrader, on current design elements of modern school renovations and construction. And then the groups got to work.
We've turned the building program that we've worked on for the last year into a whole series of manipulatives. Those will be used for moving around on the site plan so that people can really take a look at the site functions, the building functions, and all of those parts and pieces that go together. Our real goal here, if we don't come up with a full design, is to really try to get some ideas from people, big picture ideas that we can take away and turn into a facility concept to move towards your referendum concept.
So what if we did this, though? We've been hearing from us and in public comment and our administrative team and the architects for years about this, and now it is to get more explicit feedback from the community about the priorities, because this is a community center for all of us.
Tonight we talked a lot about what the high school could look like after renovations, and we did this really cool exercise where we had manipulatives, almost like Legos.
It was the most exciting, entertaining, collaborative event. Just really exciting.
I helped design blueprints for the new school renovation and a diagram of what it might look like.
You had to put the pieces in, and it's scary to move the first part, but when we really broke it down to what had to stay in place, just having a thoughtful discussion about what we envisioned and where things had to go, it just came together.
And we got to imagine, if we were the architects or the designers of the building, where everything would go.
We tried to make the best design using parts of the school that we absolutely couldn't move and move around other parts to accommodate 9th grade best and really change the school for the better.
I have some master planning background, so I thought my skill set would be helpful. It was a lot of fun. We generated a lot of great ideas, and hopefully the Schrader Group's got some good plans to start from.
And reimagining isn't as easy a process as one might think.
Drop off, you got to maintain some component of entrance, maybe here. Maybe
it's a lot harder than you would think to fit everything, and understanding everything that goes into a building. It's a little mind-blowing.
To wrap the evening, the 8 groups presented their thought process on the layout of the facility.
Spaces and media center.
The meeting was a key step in outlining the priorities, vision, goals, and facility needs at North Penn High School, and what a building renovation and potential 9th grade addition could look like.
After this, architects will start to design, and they're going to give a schematic design of what the building could look like, and then if we were to go to a referendum in the winter or spring, hopefully our community will be able to see, what are you voting for? If I vote yes, what's it going to look like?
What I'm looking forward to is finally getting this project moving. It has been a project that we were looking to start in 2019. And obviously with the pandemic, that really set us back a couple years. So I'm just really looking forward to finally getting the show on the road here with the design concept. And I'm really glad that we have all these different members of our school district to participate in this design phase.
Honestly, I had an amazing time, a lot more fun than I thought I would at a 4-hour meeting. I think we learned a lot about what the community thinks, what the staff and the students think. And I thought it was really interesting, because going into this, I thought the general idea would be, have the 9th graders separate, but I was hearing a lot, and personally I think so too, integrating the 9th graders. But it was a really great night. I think we learned a lot, and I think it was really successful.
A lot of really interesting discussions about what we need in a high school that's going to serve us for the next, hopefully, 30 years.
It was a really cool experience. I've been in the district since kindergarten, so getting to imagine what the district's going to look like for my brother, for other people that are coming in, was really, really great.
I'm excited about the future of what could happen and what things will look like. Proud member of the class of 1984, and everything still looks like when the school was built, and it's time to update things.
The feedback from tonight will help the Schrader Group create a schematic concept that will be presented to the community and the school board for further discussion.
I'm just really excited and appreciative of everyone's time. Looking forward to their honest feedback and unfiltered feedback. Looking forward to what we hear this evening.
3, 2, 1, come on!
All right, another great video by NPTV. So a lot to unpack there, a lot to talk about. People are going to hear an awful lot about this year, but I do think we need to invite someone to the stage to talk about the renovation project. And of course, when you're talking about a building that is 550,000 square feet and potentially making it bigger, we got to bring the money guy up. Mr. Steve Scrocky, Chief Financial Officer at North Penn School District.
Benjamin's baby.
Steve. For those of you who couldn't see way up there, Steve was passing out dollar bills.
Dollar bills.
$10 bills. I know you well enough to know that they are not real.
Yeah, we do know that.
Did you know it's a prerequisite skill to be a business administrator, that you're really good at saying no?
Oh, I'm well aware. I've asked many things, and he does it very well, with a smile. He does.
Yeah, with a smile.
Does no with a smile.
I've mastered it.
Yeah, really good. All right, take it away, Deanna.
All right, well, Steve, welcome to the stage. We're really excited to bring you up to talk a little bit more about the Reimagined High School project. So one of the things I'd love for you to share with everybody is, where have we been, and kind of what do they need to expect moving forward? What can we look forward to?
Yeah, sure, Deanna. So let's do a little recap what's happened over the past couple of months. First off, it's been a lot of activity. We had a couple community forums in the spring. We also made a video for professional development. Bob Gilmer, Todd Bauer, and I were in that video. We had a contract that was entered into with the Schrader Group, or architect group. They've also employed a referendum consultant recently. We also hired a construction management firm. So most recently, though, just last week, our school board did authorize administration to proceed forward with what's called a special election referendum. So that was just last week. That's the most recent update. But in the coming months, we'll continue with the design development of what the high school could look like under the options. And lots of community meetings, lots of communication. So there's a lot of activity going on right now with the high school.
All right, well, how can everybody get involved? Todd, can you talk a little bit about what everybody here can help do?
Yeah, one of the things that we're hearing is about how much of an asset in this process your staff is. Now, I do believe we are a bit unique in North Penn, where a lot of our folks do live in the community. But even if you don't live in the community, you might go to the dentist here. Heck, your dentist might live in North Penn. And spreading the word, educating, informing folks, and it's our job to inform everyone, but everybody in this room can play a part in talking about it, no matter which side of the issues you're on, whether or not, and what a vote yes versus a vote no, what all that means.
Okay, so if we go ahead with, let's say, option one, for example, what are the trickle-down effects, if any?
Yeah, so first I want to point out that I truly believe that this vote, this project, is historic. And I'm not using that term lightly. I think it's important. Steve says it all the time. We're in a situation here where we could set the path for North Penn School District for the next generations, 50 years. Right? In the early 90s, the decision was made not to build a second high school.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and that's fine. That decision was made back then. So they added K-Pod, they added an auditorium, and we moved forward with this building, right? Well, we're at another decision point. It is 30 years later, and the decision needs to be made, are we moving 9th grade to the high school or not? If 9th grade moves to the high school, we have a lot of decisions to make about the middle schools, the elementary schools. Is there a total grade reconfiguration where 6th graders move out to the middle school? And we're talking 6 to 8. Do the buildings stay 7, 8? Are there only 2 middle schools? What about all the modular construction? What about a redistricting? Because some of our elementary schools are packed. Other elementary schools have space. There's so many decisions, but we have really been emphasizing this is the first decision. We can't make any of the other decisions without knowing, is 9th grade coming here or not?
That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. So Steve, obviously, I know, some of the things that I've been hearing in the community, people want to know all about the money, right? Can you talk a little bit about, what this process looks like either way?
Absolutely. I think first off, though, the focus of the project should be how our students will benefit from the project and what the vision is for our schools. But we also have an obligation to talk about the financial impact to the taxpayers in North Penn School District. So we're going to go through a little chart to kind of explain what the impact would be for a homeowner in North Penn School District. So please bear with me. There's a lot of information here, but we'll distill it down to what the impact will be for the average homeowner in North Penn School District. So I want to start with what the assessed value is. The assessed value is the basis by which a property is taxed in North Penn School District. And I'm going to focus on that middle column, $150,000 assessed value. And that number is important because that's pretty much the average assessed value for residential property in North Penn School District. So people might say, okay, my home's assessed at $150,000, but my home's worth a lot more than that. And the answer to that is true because it's been a long time since Montgomery County has done a countywide reassessment. I think the last year was 1998. So you have to apply a formula to come up with what the approximate market value of your property is. It's a formula actually given to us each year for Montgomery County, provided by the state. So if you apply that formula, that will derive a market value of your home of about $379,000, okay? So you have your assessed value, and then you have the market value of your home. So option one is to facilitate renovations to allow the 9th graders to come to the high school. That's a $400 million estimate for option one. Option two is a renovation of the high school. The 9th graders would not come to the high school. That's a $236 million option. So we would issue bonds to finance this project, similar to a mortgage. Those bonds would be paid back and borrowed over a number of years, but paid back over 32 years in total. So under option one, with the 9th graders coming to the high school, the total cumulative impact for the average taxpayer in North Penn School District would be $7,165. That's the total amount for this project paid over 32 years. All right, under option two for that average homeowner, it's about $2,015. Now notice on the chart, there's no option three. There's no option three that says do nothing. It's either going to be one or the other. So if the referendum passes, we're anticipating this referendum to occur in January. That hasn't been set yet, but if it passes, it's option one. If it fails, it's option two. Okay, so it's important then to compare what's the cost for option one to the average homeowner, what's the cost for option two, and what's the difference? So really, the outcome of the vote will determine what the difference in that cost is, and that's roughly $5,150 over 32 years for the average homeowner. So a vote yes means you would pay an additional $5,150 compared to option two.
If I can interrupt, Steve, and something I hear misinterpreted all the time, and I know our folks know this, but I want to emphasize, that difference, $5,150 that we're seeing there in the middle column, second to last row, that is the total over 32 years.
For this project.
Not my tax bill's going to go up $5,000.
That's correct.
So
that's correct.
I know that the actual presentation we gave in the spring and the professional development opportunity you referenced talked about roughly $120 a year. And I know it fluctuates over 30 years, but that is the total cumulative impact. I think it's really important that the folks in this room know that, emphasize that, and talk about that to the average homeowner. Okay? There are those two other columns there to go below that, go above that, and just to provide examples.
Yeah, and I think this is where our staff can be ambassadors of communication for us to help spread that word about what the actual impact is, because there is a lot of misinformation out there, but what's on the chart now, this is data, it's real, and these are the estimates at this point in time. And they won't go higher.
Great.
All right, so I just have one last question. So, Todd, when will we actually see what we're voting for or against?
Yeah, this is really important. So, you saw the video about the community-wide meeting for planning and brainstorming. Well, the architects took those concepts and the feedback, and they have a overview design that is going to be shared this evening with the exact same folks. Okay. And then they're going to get feedback on those concepts, and then the rubber will meet the road. Right. Then they are hot and heavy, design, get to a place where they can show us a flyby, show us what it's going to look like, where certain things could be located. So tonight is going to be a reveal of like an overview, a shell of what the campus could look like, and they will get feedback on that. We hope to have a true model of what this will look like by the end of October, early November, and we will communicate so everyone knows. But one thing I want to emphasize before we move on, and I said this yesterday in the Facebook Live thing that Bob and I did. Bob said to me the other day, he said, Todd, would you say that our building that was built in 1971 meets the needs of today's learners? And I said, no. And he said, so why would we refurbish or renovate that building and make it new again like it's 1971? I said, Bob, that's a really good question. It's 2023. It's been a while. So we absolutely need changes. And I just think it's really important that everybody in this room understands the impacts. We are here for your questions. Send me your questions. Send Steve, send Deanna, send Pete Nicholson. Let us know your questions. We will be out throughout the fall trying to educate everyone, and we can use you to help us. If you're a parent in the district or just an employee who wants to help, feel free to reach out as well, because we really want to canvass the town and educate everyone.
All right, sounds good. Sounds like we'll be hearing a lot more about this in the upcoming weeks and months, and I look forward to the reveal tonight.
All right, Mr. Scrocky, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, he does get good music. Something tells me you picked out that music, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a vibe to it. I love it. All right, so we're going to move on. to a couple more things regarding learning. So much work happens here over the summer. We replaced over 1,000 access points for internet. In the end, we're going to have replaced over 10,000 Chromebooks by the end of September. Oh, I hear cybersecurity upgrades are coming and have been in the works over the summer. We've held workshops about AI and ChatGPT, of course. So if we could give a shout out to all the employees in the tech department, please. Folks are working very, very hard over the summer. So now we're going to transition from elevating learning to ensuring belonging. We spent a lot of time on this wording.
Yes,
right?
we did.
Folks talk about camaraderie, climate, inclusion, equity, diversity, and we really said the essence of all these things that we are trying to do. We are nowhere close to perfect, trying to get better every day. However, the word that resonated with the group is really belonging, and we expect to ensure belonging for everyone. So Deanna, can you tell folks what that means to you and to us collectively?
Yeah, sure. So, that sense of belonging is really, really important. It's important for our students. Of course, that's why we're all here. That's who we serve. Certainly important for them to feel as though they belong. And of course, we want that for our staff as well. Like you said earlier, we need to take care of each other, because if we're not good, we're not going to be good for our students, right? So that piece is really key, and one of the things that really continues to come up with the different surveys that we've done here in the district is that some of our North Penn students don't feel that sense of belonging, unfortunately. And so despite our efforts, we still have some work to do there. So one of the things that we really want to do this year is to just continue to enhance our partnerships with the community. We'll be doing some additional PD with the staff around belonging, but also some workshops with our families on mental health, things of that nature, so that they can also help us support their children. Because again, kids can't learn if their needs aren't met, right? That's really hard. So some of the other things that I just want to mention quickly that we're also going to do, just to make sure that the mental health piece is, being taken care of, because it's really, really serious and important. We have a wellness fair. We're going to have a mental health fair, rather. We had one this year, and the goal is to expand it, increase participation for this year coming up. All 13 of our elementary schools now do PBIS, and we're looking forward to this year because all 3 middle schools are going to be joining the MCIU Consortium for PBIS. They're going to be coming on board, so we're really excited about that. And then we will continue to have many supports available in the district. So, we're looking forward to just continuing to grow and expand to make sure that, like I said, our students feel good and that we also feel good as well. So I do want to shout out, because a lot of people play a role in making sure that, the mental health is supported for our students. So I want to give a quick shout out to our school counselors, our special ed team. And I have to give a very special thanks to Jim Galante, Dr. Neil Broxterman, Trish Pike, Christy Johnson, Jackie Giamarco. Thank you for always helping us to make sure that we are doing what's right by kids. So.
Yeah. And of course, along with belonging and all the things that you mentioned that are so important, there's also physical safety and making kids and staff feel safe. We want to continue expanding the therapy dog program. That seems to be a popular thing. We have some ALICE training for school safety. We also installed Halo devices in the bathrooms at the secondary level, which will target vaping, loud noises. If there is an escalation in volume in the bathroom, that something's happening that shouldn't be. We have equity training. We're trying to build the staff morale all together.
Yeah.
Christine is working on Phillies game for the fall, September 23rd. It's a 4 o'clock game. A lot of the feedback from last spring. By the way, we sold almost 600 tickets.
Wow.
The feedback from the spring was getting there after school was too fast. Yeah. So this year we're going to have it on a Saturday afternoon. Pembroke Middle School is actually singing the national anthem. Shout out to Pembroke. So If you didn't get tickets, please look for that email. We're having another event. And of course, we're going to expand what we're offering at the Healthcare Center. Just a round of applause. How many people have utilized the North Penn Healthcare Center? Yeah, I have to say, I am not, and I have to confess, I am not someone who regularly goes to the doctor, right? Find myself fortunate. I should be going more frequently. I do not. I went, got a physical just because. Like, you know what? I'm going to go check it out.
Because it's free. It's convenient.
As Steve says, if it's free, it's for me, right? And I wanted to check it out. And I cannot say enough about it. And Mira in particular. Mira is the provider at the office. If you have not gone, I encourage you to check it out. We're also looking to expand what's offered at the North Penn Healthcare Center. I know Mr. Scrocky, we're working with some of the leadership here in the district to bring mental health supports to the North Penn Healthcare Center as well. So really excited about the opportunities that are there. All right, so we now need to move on to another part of belonging.
Yes.
That's employee wellness.
Yes, really important.
So to talk a little bit about employee wellness and the wellness program, I'd like to introduce someone who is just incredible in many, many ways. Mrs. Melissa Furlick, our coordinator of school nutrition services. Melissa, come on down.
Let's make some fruit salad today. It's fun to do.
Welcome.
Hi, welcome, Melissa.
Take a
Good
seat.
to see you.
So Steve got It's All About the Benjamins and Money, 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 and you got the song called Fruit Salad by the Wiggles.
I love it.
Congratulations.
I just want to point out I did not pick out your music.
All right, so Deanna, can you talk to us? I know you're involved in the Wellness Committee as well, but can you and Melissa, in just a couple minutes, kind of outline some of the things that are happening and what the Wellness Committee is all about?
Sure, because this is a committee that I actually am really happy to be a part of, and I want to shout out Dr. Hart, Dr. McKenna. They're also, integral parts of this committee. Melissa, tell us what the committee is. What's the purpose? Tell us about the subcommittees that have been formed.
Sure. So we've had a committee for several years. It's been a large district-wide committee. There's teachers on it. There's board members, administrators. There's community members and students, all a part of the Wellness Committee. And what our goal is to really promote the wellness across the district, talk about health and well-being, really just building up the programs that we already have, but also creating new programs. So what we did this past year is, this is like a statewide initiative. So every school district has a district committee, but because North Penn is so large, it's hard to get all of those ideas in one space. So what we decided to do this past year is break up the committee into 4 subcommittees, so we could really focus and hone our skills into those committees. So our 4 committees that we have are employee wellness, social and emotional climate, health education, and physical activity, and school nutrition, environment, and services. And it's been really great. It's been really fruitful, and
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Fruitful.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That's why the fruit salad was my song.
Good.
That's
Good work,
cute. It's
Melissa.
all coming together.
Yeah.
All right, so what kinds of things should we see this year? What's new with some of the subcommittee work that's been happening?
So you'll see a lot of different things throughout the year. You'll hear from the different committee chairs throughout the year with the different goals based around their specific subjects. One in particular that we'd love to share with everybody today is the employee wellness program that we're launching today. And that is the co-chair for that employee wellness program is Erica Shadle, and she is fantastic. She has created this amazing program for all of our staff to be a part of. She's worked really hard to talk about all the pillars of health and to really get all of our district staff involved with that.
That is awesome. And then, so what can we expect from maybe some of the other subcommittees?
So for my committee, I run the School Nutrition Department Services Committee, and we're going to be creating menu committees to talk to students, getting students involved with some of our more menu planning, doing taste tests. We might reach out to some of you folks to be involved with some of those ideas. the social and emotional climate. They work a lot with the PBIS programming and our phys ed. They are working on different grants for getting different things for recess and things like that. So there's a lot going on, and if you ever want to be involved, we have on our website any suggestions or comments. You can sign up for a committee or just say, hey, I'm interested in just learning more about the committees, or if we do a survey, send me a survey. So there's a lot of different ways that everybody can be involved with that.
All right, great. So I was going to ask you, how can everybody learn more? And you kind of touched on that, so I appreciate that. And this is, again, a great committee. Wonderful people are a part of this committee with great ideas, and again, looking forward to how we can take care of our staff and each other. So thank you for coming on today.
So before she goes, I do have to give you a shout out, Melissa, that I know we advertised this last year, but I think it's so important, and it continues, that Melissa was the primary catalyst in the state of Pennsylvania to getting free lunch to all children, or breakfast, excuse me.
Almost free lunch. That's
almost,
on the way.
you're working on it. Free breakfast to all kids in Pennsylvania. We did it here. Yeah. So you may have seen the pictures, but Melissa was with Governor Wolf when they announced this, and she pushed, and advocated at the state level, and we're just really proud to have you on our team and all your hard work. So thank you, Melissa.
Great job, Melissa. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. All right, so having a live show. I just got a text message from Bob Gilmer. It says, speed up. All right, so here we go. First, when you get back to your buildings, everyone will receive a nice, sponsored by the North Penn Education Foundation, a nice little tumbler, and you're welcome. I didn't do it. Okay.
There's nothing in it.
It's funny how little things get people talking. All right, let me tell you a little bit more about this. First of all, there are 11 tumblers across the district. This is the most ridiculous thing I will ever say in front of an audience. So they wanted to give out prizes. Okay? Like golden tickets, if you will.
Like Willy Wonka?
Like Willy Wonka. I was asked, some of you may know, maybe not, I got ordained in order to marry a friend of mine. And Christine asked me if I would be willing to marry a staff member for free.
Wait, not marry a staff member.
Yeah, I'm not going to marry a staff member. Stop it.
Just be clear.
Okay, thank you. Virginia did give me don't say that, Todd. Sorry, Virginia. Thank you. Okay, so she put a ticket in someone's tumbler for me to officiate your wedding. So if you are married, please feel free to pass it or throw it away. You can throw it away. But if there's someone who would like for me or Bob is also ordained to marry folks, Bob, I think you'd be great. Okay? What are some of the other prizes, Deanna?
Oh, let's see. Some of the other prizes
We're going to need a little more volume. They're excited about that one, Bob.
They must be engaged. Who's engaged? Who got engaged this summer? Okay. Congratulations.
All right, moving on.
All right. So some of the other prizes.
Sorry.
Thank you. You keep. Okay. Some of the other prizes are you can help record a snow message. So if you saw Frozen last year, I don't ever want to do that again. So you're happy to take my place. You could also have lunch with a cabinet member. That's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. People want to eat lunch with me. Okay, keep going.
You can DJ on WNPV. That sounds fun.
By the way, I don't think people know this. Come on, class, bring it back together. We're almost done. I don't think people know that we own WMPV, the radio station, at this point.
They might not.
And we kind of run that through North Penn Television. So having an hour or two to DJ on a WMPV, cool. I think that would be fun for some folks. Yeah, okay. All right, let's move on. Next pillar. And we've spoken a lot about this. We really need to engage the community, not just in terms of the North Penn High School renovation and the referendum. I really want to see us go well beyond the walls of our school. In education, it's so often you have four walls, you close your door, and you do your thing. We have so many resources, so many people who are willing to help. I really want to see our administrators, our staff, reach out to the resources in the community and open our doors and engage the community in the school district. We have some groups that have been helping in some of our schools. We have some partnerships with the VNA, which is the Visiting Nurses Association, and the Boston Legacy Foundation. With the North Penn Education Foundation, I think we have some footage here that we got a grant, and we are offering career exploration via VR and virtual reality headsets. That was a grant because of a partnership in the community. So build those relationships, get out there, engage our community. There are opportunities well beyond this school district and our own Ed Foundation. And lastly, Deanna, so we talked about elevating learning, we talked about ensuring belonging, engaging the community, and then the last thing is overall just exceeding expectations, which we've been saying for years.
Yes.
Do your best. Doing your best is always incredible. Really sets us up and positions our students well. A couple things that I can think of off the top of my head that we have done well in other areas. Just last week, we got an award for being a propane hero in the community. 80% of our bus fleet is now propane, which is 94% cleaner than diesel. Really excited about that. Give it up for transportation. Really, the unsung heroes of North Penn School District are our bus drivers. Really excited about that award and all the success there. Our business office continues to win the Meritorious Budget Award. Look at that wonderful group of people there. Congratulations. And of course, we already highlighted our SNS department and the efforts of Melissa and her team and all the hard work that they've done, continuing to provide meals over the summer. One more time for SNS and all their efforts. And here, we also have some incredible awards, and I've given you a few shout-outs, so I'll make it quick. But our Communications and Community Relations Department, led by Christine Liberoski and Bob Gilmer, the whole group, Mary Fakish, Craig Wireman, Ryan Riddell, Noah Golden, Virginia Higgins, Erica Shadle. I'm sure I missed someone, and I am so terribly sorry, but you guys are incredible. I really think our Communications and Community Engagement Department sets us apart, so thank you to all of you. All right, so we have one activity that we would like to do right now. And if this goes well, we could dismiss. But no one is dismissed right now.
Right.
Okay.
Not yet.
So Deanna has a story she would like to share with you about someone that she encountered over the summer. And then I'm going to ask, those of you who have been in meetings with me, I like to start all meetings with just like good news, shout outs for colleagues, things that someone did for you that was nice, helped you, whether it's personally or professionally. So we will have some folks with microphones running around the auditorium. I need you, I'm going to give you explicit directions in a moment, and then we will wrap this up. So tell us your story, Deanna.
Okay, so really, really quickly before I tell my story, I just want to quickly shout out this summer, 12-monthers, thank you for all you did to help get school ready, facilities, office staff, principals, thank you. I also want to shout out Mrs. Rachel Early, our humanities supervisor. We had an ESL program this summer. We had extended school care, special ed. Shout out to you, special ed team. Kindergarten readiness. I'm blanking. I don't know, a lot.
I have never seen you frazzled.
Because you're rushed. I'm feeling rushed. Okay.
All right, go.
But thank you, everyone, for all the summer programs. Okay, my story, really quickly. I was visiting ESY. I was over at AM Culp with the special ed supervisors. Okay, Dr. Radigan. And we're in the conference room, and there's this fly in the conference room. And I hate flies. Like, I literally hate flies. The flies just going around, and it was making me a little crazy. So I said, does anybody have a fly swatter? And the custodian who was working that day, they didn't have one. And so I had no idea. I'm just trying to kill it myself, but I'm not getting it because I was using, I think, Chrissy Kelly's paper, and she's like, wait, we need that paper. So I couldn't, try to kill it with that. And anyway, the custodian who was working the program, who typically works only in the evenings, he was just doing our day program, went all the way home. I don't think he lived that far, but still, he went home and comes back with a fly swatter. He's like, did someone want a fly swatter? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's the high maintenance Deanna girl. So he brings a fly swatter. The next day, I get an email because he brought in bags, like I can't even tell you how many bagels from Manhattan Bagel, like good bagels. And he invited me to come back because he met me just about to fly. So anyway, I need to shout out, his name is Rich. I won't say his last name, but I know, right? But Rich wrote this letter to the ESY staff, and he basically, in this letter, what it basically says is he never gets to see teachers and staff in action because he works in the evening. And he could not believe, he said, you know, he said it seems challenging, but everyone was just doing what they needed to do with a smile, and he just thought it was a beautiful thing and that he wanted to just show his appreciation for everything that they did, and I just thought that was the sweetest thing ever. So I wish he was here because I would ask him to stand, but thank you for all of you who every day notice what we all do each day to make sure North Penn is the best place for kids. So thank you, all of you. Wish you the best year ever.
All right. So there are so many tiny little stories like that where we do something kind, we reach out a helping hand, whatever it is, just to make a difference in someone's day, life, year, whatever it is. So we are going to do a very quick activity. We're going to kind of end this meeting the way I like to start meetings because we're starting the school year.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask the folks who I gave a microphone to roam around. Okay? This is how it's going to work. Let's say Dr. Hart has a microphone. She does. And someone raises their hand to give. All right, hold on.
They don't like those lights.
This is going to take a while if you get really excited. Okay. So I need you to practice. So when someone raises their hand to give someone a shout out, okay? And let's say Nina Fenstermaker, who's in the front row, shouts out Donna Dunk. And she is the first person. We are all going to give one clap for Donna together. Let's practice that. On my cue. Ready? One clap. That was really good. All right. All right. So the next person we will give 2 claps to. Let's do that. Ready? Beautiful. We're going to get to 10. When we get to 10, you're going to be dismissed, and you're going to have a wonderfully fantastic year. But, shh, you got to stay quiet, because this is going to take a while if I have to quiet you between all 10. This is standing between you and lunch and then your classroom. So I need hands up and a brief shout out or story for a friend or colleague. And Pam, Mike McKenna, who else do I have here? Megan McGeeheim. I see a hand over here. Pete Nicholson's up top. You got to stay quiet for me, though, please. All right. I need 10, and then we're out of here, folks. I got Mr. Scrocky in the back. Please say your name, your school, and this is for television purposes, and who you are shouting out. Go ahead, please.
I'm Kim Wirt. I'm secretary in the transportation department, and I want to shout out to the 5 ladies that cleaned every vehicle in our transportation fleet.
Thank you, Kim.
Oh, we messed up.
Let's try this. I did preschool when I was like in summers. I think it goes something like this. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, eyes on me. Very good. All right. So Kim Wirt gave a shout out to the transportation department. Let's give one clap. Ready? A little early for some folks. Let's do it again. All right. Very good. Let's go around. Who do I got? I got Dr. McKenna over here. Dr. McKenna, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Christy Refner from Pembroke, and I want to shout out the FCS department for putting more microwaves in our staff lunchroom. Thank you.
No. Stop it.
That was right.
2. Good. Very good. Dr. Pamela Hart. Go ahead, Pam.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Scott. Over at Knapp Elementary School, I want to shout out my principal, Jen Szynski, and then also our SCC, Amanda Blacklinger. Our family here, we've never felt so incredibly supported. You just coming to school is amazing. Thank you so much for everything you do. You are so important to us, and it just means so much. Your teamwork is absolutely to be commended. So,
all right, here we go.
3 claps.
3. Very good. This is great. All right. Do I have anybody?
Right here, Steve.
All right,
Nina.
Pete Nicholson in the balcony.
Nina.
Go ahead, Pete.
Pendale principal. I don't have a. No story, 2 words. Donna Brenninger. Heck yeah. Sorry, Todd, we break rules.
We now understand why Pendale is rowdy. All right, 4. Here we go. Beautiful. Megan McGeeheim, go ahead, then Mr. Scrocky.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm from AMCOP. This is another Rich story. So I just met Rich this week when I went to set up my classroom. I moved classrooms, and so he's been really helpful in moving furniture and desks and chairs and filing cabinets and you name it. He's just done it. And then as I was leaving yesterday to go pick up my kids from daycare, get to my other job, I went outside and my car battery was dead. I had jumper cables, but I didn't know how to use them. Mary Jo Doling didn't know how to use them. Kristen Gamble kind of knew how to do it and was like red and black and I don't know, but I think we need to turn a car off or on or I don't know. Who else? Sarah came up and drove and was like, I'm the man, I can do this, move aside. And Rich came and was like, you good? I think you guys, okay, we're running out of time, but Rick's the man. So there you go.
Thank you. All right, here we go, 5. Hold on. That was awesome. I heard a little bit about Rich, a little bit about Dr. Radigan, but when people start talking, that's when I can tell we have to do our clap. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, number 6, Megan McGeeheim. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve.
Scott Crater, North Wales. Just want to shout out the elementary phys ed department on yet another amazingly successful Iron Knights triathlon last year.
Ooh, Iron Knights.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 6, here we go. Mr. Scrocky, please.
I have so many teachers to shout out for this past summer, but I want to thank all of the curriculum camp teachers who are part of our work, getting wit and wisdom up off the ground, curriculum frameworks, especially a big shout out to our elementary ELA coaches, Jess Stevenson, Marisa Neeson, Annie Sabo, Wendy Stover for putting all of that time and effort into creating digital notebooks for our teachers. Big shout out to Wendy Stover. I also want to shout out all of our teachers who participated and taught in our summer programs. We had kindergarten readiness camp. Marisa Neeson was supportive of that. And Spark, all of our Spark teachers. Thank you, teachers.
Thank you. All right, 7, here we go. Woo-hoo. These people are on their game. Dr. McKenna.
Laura Gahn, General Nash, Walton Farm. I want to shout out to Sonia Hoffman, Blair Cunningham, and Michelle Cohen for helping teach the Summer Strings program. We had our biggest program yet, and it was awesome. So thank you to them.
8, here we go. Okay, Pete, I can't see Pete. Spotlight. Pete, yell if you have someone. All right, Pete, go ahead.
It's Megan Chapia. I want to give a huge shout out to Pembroke staff for helping me stay sane last year. Best of luck this year, and thank you to the high school staff for an awesome welcome back.
All right, 9, here we go. Okay, on this one, we're going to do 10 together.
I see Dr. Hart.
I see, wait, where's Dr. Hart?
Right there.
All right, we'll go to Dr. Hart. And then the claps are going to keep going at the end, and you're going to have the best year you've ever had. Go ahead, Pam.
Hi, Julie from Gwynnor. Just a shout out to Matt from our whole staff for feeding us always, and we are a Yum Yum Donut staff, and we love it. Thank you.
All right, to Matt. All right, here we go. Bob, I hope you're filming this. All right, we need 10, and then we'll keep going at the end, and I hope you just have an awesome year. We appreciate you. Here we go.